Hi, my name is Jillian Murphy, and I'm about to be filming Lab 2 for Advanced Exercise Prescription. I'm going to have my brother do all of the exercises, and I'll correct his form. Okay, I'm going to have him start with shoulder presses. So grab the dumbbells, Patrick, in each hand, and put them to each side of your shoulders with your elbows below your wrists. And then press the dumbbells upwards until your arms are extended overhead. Yes, make sure you're holding them straight up like that. And then lower to the sides of your shoulders and repeat twice. And this is targeting your deltoid muscles and your anterior muscles. Good, just like that. Okay, so we just did the shoulder exercise. Now we're going into upper arms, and we're going to work his triceps doing the kickback exercise. Okay, so this exercise targets his triceps brachii. So I'm going to turn it around to him and then kind of explain for him what to do. We don't have a bench, so we're kind of DIYing it and using our couch. But I'm going to have you kneel over the couch with your arm supporting your body. So put your right arm out in front and then your right leg up, just like that. And grasp the dumbbell with your left hand. Position your upper arm parallel to the floor, just like that. I'm putting it out so you can see. Okay, so extend your arm out behind you until it's straight. Yes. And now return it back into your curl and repeat twice. Good, just like that. Okay, next for upper arms, we're going to work his bicep brachii, and we're going to do curls. Okay, so position your 2 dumbbells to each of your sides, palms facing inward, just like that, and arms straight. With your elbows to your side, raise 1 dumbbell. You can stand up if you want to. Actually, yeah. There it is. Okay. With your elbows to your side, raise 1 dumbbell and rotate your forearm until your forearm is vertical and your palm is facing your shoulders. Just like that, yes. Lower the original position and repeat with your opposite arm, and then continue to alternate between sides and do it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Good job. Okay, so for our last upper arm workout, we're going to be working his brachialis and doing a concentrated curl. Okay, so sit on our couch. You're going to grasp the dumbbell between your feet, just like that. Place the back of your upper arm into your inner thigh. Yep, just like that. And lean into your leg to raise your elbow slightly. Then raise the dumbbell to the front of your shoulder. And then once you're up there, lower the dumbbell until your arm is fully extended again. And do this twice. Just like that. Make sure you're leaning into it. Good. Okay, now getting into the back exercises. We're going to work his whole back by doing the bent over row. And then we're going to work his latissimus dorsi and his teres major by doing a pull-up. Okay, for the bent over row, this is targeting his entire back. So I'm going to have him kneel over the side of the couch and place 1 knee and 1 hand on the couch to support him like so, kind of like in one of our other arm exercises. And then position your foot of your opposite leg slightly back to the side. So just place it a little bit farther behind you. Yes. And then pull your dumbbell up to the side until it makes contact with your ribs, just like that. And then return it until your arm is fully extended and your shoulder is stretched downward. Repeat 3 times. Come here, Ren. Good. Okay, so for the pull down or pull up, we don't have the equipment to use to do a pull down. And the pull up is telling me that I need to subscribe. So I'm just going to teach him to the best of my ability on how to do a pull up because we do have a pull up bar in our house. All right, we're going to start. I'm going to have him fully extend his arms. Good. And then use your upper body strength. Make sure you're keeping them a good width apart, which you will because you're grasping the handles, and try to do a pull-up. Good. Okay, for the chest exercise, it's bench press. Obviously, being at home, I don't have all the same equipment that they do, so we're just going to modify it to the best of our ability. I'm going to be using my ottoman for him to sit on because it's low enough to the ground that his feet will still touch, just like using a bench. And then instead of using the bar, he's just going to use the dumbbells and try to mimic the exercise as best he can. Okay, I'm going to have him lay supine on the bench or the ottoman. He doesn't have a barbell from the rack, so he's just going to use the ones that he has, the individual ones. And he's going to keep a wide oblique overhead grip on both of the barbells. Okay, so I'm going to have you lower the weight to your chest and then press your barbells upward until your arms are fully extended. And repeat twice. Good. Okay, so now for our trunk exercises, we're going to be working the obliques, the erector spinae, and the rectus abdominis, which we're going to start with that one first and do a crunch. Okay, so same thing. Since we don't have a bench to use, I'm going to have him put his feet up on the ottoman. You're going to lie supine on the mat, or in this case, on our carpet. With your lower legs on the bench, place your hands behind your head. I'm going to make sure you can see it. Okay, so flex your waist to raise your upper torso from the mat. Keep your back low onto the carpet and raise your torso up as high as you can. And then return back to normal until your shoulders are back in contact with the carpet. And good, do it one more time. Good.
Is that too?
Okay, so that was more of a sit-up position. So I'm going to have him retry and not go up quite as high. And go. Good. Make sure your arms and your shoulders are going all the way back down to the carpet, though. There you go. Good. Okay, for the oblique exercise, which is the angled side bridge, the video that was linked is also making me subscribe for it. So I pulled up a similar video, took notes on how she did it, and I'm going to try and hope that it's the same as the original video linked and explain how to do it. Okay, I'm going to have him start by turning to his left side, keeping his upper body off the ground. So you're going to turn to your left and then have your left elbow on the ground, and that should be supporting you. But I want your shoulder directly over it. Yep. Okay. Your legs should be straight up just like that. And you're going to put your left foot over so it's resting on top of your right foot. Good, just like that. Hold on, can you even see it? Yeah. Okay, so you're going to rest your right hand on your abdomen and with your elbow resting on your hip. And when I say go, you're going to raise your trunk off the ground until you form a straight line with your legs, pelvis, and trunk. And you're going to hold it for 3 seconds. Okay?
Okay.
All right, go. And hold it for 3, 2, 1. Come down. Good. Okay, now he's doing the deadlift. Obviously, again, we don't have the bar that we would have in a gym. So I'm going to have him use those same dumbbells and just try to mimic the exercise as good as he can. So the last exercise for the trunk is the deadlift, which is going to help your erector spinae. I'm going to have you start by sitting straight up. I want your feet flat on the ground. We don't have a bar, so you're just going to use those. You can start by putting those on the ground. Okay, so squat down and grasp the bar with your shoulders, with your shoulder width or slightly wider overhead. So a little bit wider than your feet. Good. And then lift the bar by extending your hips and knees to the full extension and pull your shoulders back at the top of the lift, if rounded, and then return. So you want to just stand all the way straight up?
Sure.
Good. And then go back down. And one more time. And back down. Good job. Okay, now going into the hips, he's going to work his gluteus maximus and do a squat. And then we'll go into the thighs and then the calves and we'll be done. Okay, getting into the squat, I'm going to have him stand straight up with his arms extended forward out in front of you. And then you're going to squat down by bending your hips back while allowing your knees to bend forward slightly. I want you to keep your knees behind your toes, though. Keeping your back straight and your knees pointed in the same direction as your feet. Descend or go down until your thighs are just past parallel to the floor. And then squat up by extending your knees and hips until your legs are straight up again. And do this twice. Good. Good. Okay, for the thighs, we're going to go into working the quadriceps. I'm going to have him do a lunge. And then we're going to work the hamstrings. And I'm going to have him do a good morning. Okay, so I'm going to have him start with his hands on his hips. His feet out in front of him. He's going to lunge forward with his first leg first. So whichever leg you feel more comfortable starting with. Land on your heel and then your forefoot. And then lower your body by flexing your knee and the hip of your leg that you're using until the knee of your back leg is almost in contact with the floor. And then once you're all the way down, return to your original standing position. So go backwards, good. And extend your hips and knee of your forward leg so you're all the way up. And then repeat this by alternating your lunge with your opposite leg. Good. Don't actually let your knee touch the ground, just almost. Good. And then your other leg. Good. So next we're going to be doing the good morning, which is targeting his hamstrings. I'm going to have you stand straight up just like that. I want you to have a barbell in each hand and then rest them up on your shoulders. So keeping your back straight, bend your hips to lower your torso forward until you're parallel to the floor. Keep your back straight and then raise your torso again until your hips are extended. So fully forward. Yep. Back up. And one more time. Good job. Okay, then the last exercise that we're doing is the single leg for his calves. We don't have a bench or a step stool or anything like that for him to use, so we're using a brick instead. And I'm going to get him his equipment and we'll get into it. Okay, you're going to stand up on the brick. One foot on it, one foot up in the air. You're going to grasp your dumbbells in each hand to the side of you and then position your toes and the balls of your feet on the calf block with arches and heels extending off. Place one hand on support for balance, which you're just using those, but if you need to reach forward for balance, you can. Raise your heel by extending your ankle as high as possible. And then lower your heel by bending your ankle until your calf is stretched and repeat. 2, do one more. Good.